All right, guys, welcome back. Joe here. We're going to talk about another queen tackle bait. This is the Tungsten Switchblade Vibrating Jig. So stay tuned. You're going to want to hear what makes this thing so stinking good. And at a retail price of $10 and a discounted price at SaveMore, you're not going to find a better vibe jig out there. So stick with us. We're going to deep dive into it.
Two-time NPFL champ, SaveMore Outdoors Pro from Sapulpa, Oklahoma. Put your hands together for the hookup, Sean Soka.
All right, guys, welcome back to another SaveMore FishMore segment of the day. And today we're talking about queen tackle Tungsten Switchblade. It's a vibrating jig, chatterbait style bait that for me just offers me the opportunity to present those fish a different sound and a different feel than they're used to. Everybody knows the Jackhammer is like the #1 vibrating jig out there on the market, right? It started with the chatterbait, then it kind of evolved all the way till we got to Brett Hite and Marizo Shimizu's Jackhammer. But now those fish are starting to get used to that vibration and that feel. When their lateral lines sense that specific bait coming towards them, some fish are starting to grow weary to it. So how do we combat that weariness? We present them a different feel. And when you use a blade that has a slightly different shape, when that blade contacts the head, because if you ever look, the bait, if you're looking at it straight on, the blade does a lot of this. It doesn't necessarily do a lot of this. The blade rocks side to side, and the corners of that blade contact the head often. Almost every vibration, that blade will contact the head. So when you have a vibrating jig that is no longer made of lead, now it's made out of tungsten, when that metal blade hits the side of this vibe jig's head, it gives off a different feel. And that is sometimes all it takes to get a few extra bites. As I mentioned in the intro, this jig retails for $9.99, but at SaveMore, you're going to save a little bit of extra. I believe they're like $6.49 at SaveMore, so that you can get a little better price. I could be wrong on the price, but really, it still costs way less than a Jackhammer. Still costs less than the Chatterbait Evo. So why wouldn't I try tungsten? Something that's going to give those fish that have maybe seen a Jackhammer or seen the chatterbaits something different. As usual, Jeff and KJ Queen offer some of the best hook selection in their baits. This thing is razor stinking sharp, and frankly, the few times I've had trouble getting bit when I'm throwing a Jackhammer and switch to the queen tackle switchblade, I've been so pleasantly surprised. I've worked this thing into my arsenal more and more often recently, and I've really been pleased. I love this black and purple color. Anytime I can get a bait and mix in purple instead of your standard black and blue, I love it. Between the hook, the color selections, the different feel, this thing really has it all. There's no reason for you to go out and spend $16 on a Jackhammer. You really should be checking out other options. And to me, the best option out there besides the Jackhammer is going to be the queen tackle tungsten switchblade. So thanks for checking out our segment of the day. I think you guys will be really impressed if you give this thing a shot, and I definitely wouldn't sleep on it. That's all I have to say about it. Take care, guys. See you soon.